Welcome back, treasure hunters. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving into one of the most shocking mysteries in American coin history. The top 7 unbelievably valuable Roosevelt dime that could turn pocket change into a life-changing fortune. Yes, you heard that right, a tiny 10-cent coin from USA carrying the bold portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the powerful symbols of liberty, peace, and victory is creating waves across the collector world. Some rare versions of this dime are so valuable, they've sparked bidding wars worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even rumors of million-dollar payouts in private collections. So before you spend another dime, you need to know the truth behind this legendary coin. Stay locked in, because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Let's get started. First up in the forgotten treasures hiding in drawers, jars, and old pocket change. Few coins spark more excitement than the mysterious and massively misunderstood 1966 Roosevelt dime, often mistakenly linked to America's bicentennial era. Even though the official bicentennial celebration occurred a decade later in 1976, certain rare 1966 dimes have achieved legendary status in the coin-collecting world. Coins so elusive, so valuable, and so astonishing in their backstory that collectors whisper about them like hidden secrets of American history. With Franklin D. Roosevelt's dignified left-facing portrait dominating the obverse, and the national symbols of liberty, peace, and victory illuminating the reverse, the 1966 dime carries a design that feels almost ceremonial, elevating even ordinary examples into miniature works of patriotic art. But what truly ignites the imagination are the rare, high-grade, error, and experimental strike versions. Coins that have shocked collectors with values stretching into hundreds of thousands, with rumors of privately traded examples valued in the millions. At first glance, the 1966 Roosevelt dime appears deceptively simple, featuring the iconic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, honored for guiding the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His profile faces left, framed by the bold inscription Liberty, while the motto "In God We Trust" rests quietly beneath his chin like a seal of national devotion. Just below the neckline, the date 1966 sits firmly, a reminder of a turbulent era of American history marked by political tension, economic change, and a national spirit growing steadily toward the bicentennial celebration. What makes this design so captivating is its balance between elegance and authority, transforming a small 10-cent piece into a timeless symbol of American resilience and leadership. Turning the coin to its reverse reveals a powerful trio of national emblems that give the 1966 dime an unmistakably patriotic character. Centered is a radiant torch, representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace on the left and an oak branch symbolizing victory and strength on the right. Together, these form a triumphant visual message that has defined the Roosevelt dime design since 1946. Surrounding this imagery are the words United States of America, the motto "Hic pluribus unum," and the denomination 1 dime, a combination that transforms the reverse into a compact declaration of national identity. Although some collectors mistakenly describe the eagle standing with wings spread on a bundle of arrows, that imagery is linked to the quarter. The dime's design relies on powerful symbolism rather than militaristic imagery, making its message more philosophical and emotionally resonant. However, the spark that launches the 1966 dime into the realm of ultra-valuable coins comes from something far more intriguing than its design alone. In 1965, the U.S. Mint eliminated mint marks to combat widespread coin shortages, meaning all 1966 Roosevelt dimes carry no mint mark at all. This seemingly small detail opens a world of mystery. Special strikes, test pieces, mint set anomalies, off-center errors, and wrong planchet strikes from 1966 remain some of the most coveted modern-era U.S. coins. These rare survivors escaped destruction, often by pure accident, leaving collectors scrambling to locate the few known examples. When one appears at auction, especially in pristine, high-grade condition, the bidding war becomes electric, rapidly pushing values to astonishing heights. What makes the coin even more fascinating is the belief among some collectors that certain 1966 dimes were produced using experimental planchets or transitional metal compositions. Although not officially documented by the Mint, a handful of specialists insist that unique metal variations, unusual coloration, and unexpected weight readings indicate that rare versions of the 1966 dime could have been test strikes for later bicentennial-era experiments. These whispered possibilities make the coin a magnet for deep-pocketed collectors who crave owning a piece of hidden mint history. Coins that may never appear again in public once they disappear into private collections guarded like national treasures. The market for rare 1966 Roosevelt dimes doesn't merely grow. It explodes whenever a unique example surfaces. A flawless, high-grade specimen can reach 5-figure or even 6-figure prices, while dramatic mint errors, such as 1966 dimes struck on silver planchets, cent planchets, or missing clad layers, ignite bidding frenzies that collectors remember for years. Some of the most astonishing results come from coins with mysterious origins. Pieces with proof-like surfaces, mirror-like fields, or abnormally deep strikes that hint at special production. These are the kinds of specimens that inspire headlines and generate legends, with private collectors reportedly paying fortunes far beyond public auction records. Beyond monetary value, the 1966 dime carries emotional and historical weight that resonates with collectors. This was a coin born during America's countdown to the bicentennial, a time of patriotic revival, cultural transformation, and national self-reflection. People saved coins, studied them, traded them, and speculated about hidden rarities tucked away in everyday change. The Roosevelt dime became part of this national memory, and rare examples from 1966 now serve as nostalgic relics of a defining American era. When collectors hold a rare 1966 dime in their hand, they feel connected to a unique moment of American identity. The legend of the 1966 dime grows even louder because today's coin enthusiasts know that rare coins can change lives. Stories circulate of people discovering valuable 1966 dimes inside inherited collections, dusty jars, or forgotten desk drawers. Coins that turned out to be worth not 10 cents, but tens of thousands, sometimes more. The idea that a tiny dime minted nearly 60 years ago could make someone rich overnight fuels a global treasure hunting frenzy. Videos, articles, rumors, and collector forums all amplify the same electrifying message. Don't spend your old coins. They could be worth a fortune. While the United States produced millions of dimes in 1966, only a microscopic fraction possessed the features that transform them into elite rarities. Whether it's an extraordinary strike, a dramatic mint error, or a unique experimental composition, these standout pieces hold unimaginable value because of their scarcity. In a world where exact mint documentation from the mid-1960s remains incomplete, uncertainty becomes power. Every unusual 1966 dime becomes a potential treasure. The thrill of finding one drives collectors to search relentlessly through rolls, bags, and estates, dreaming of the jackpot coin that could rewrite their financial future. In the realm of American rare coins, the 1966 Roosevelt dime stands as one of the most intriguing and electrifying modern mysteries, an unassuming 10-cent piece capable of delivering life-changing wealth. Its combination of historical significance, patriotic symbolism, rare mint anomalies, and powerful market demand turns it into a coin of legend. For anyone who owns old U.S. coins, especially from the mid-1960s and bicentennial era, the message is clear and undeniable. Never overlook a dime, never assume it's ordinary, and never spend it without checking. Because one small coin could be the key to unlocking a fortune beyond imagination. Next up in the world of American numismatics, few coins spark more excitement, speculation, and curiosity than the mysterious and highly coveted 1970 Roosevelt dime, often spoken of as one of the most valuable and potentially life-changing coins ever discovered. This iconic piece features the timeless portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, the 32nd President of the United States, proudly accompanied by the powerful national motto, "In God We Trust." The word liberty stretches boldly across the coin's obverse, capturing both history and patriotism in a way that collectors can instantly recognize. While millions of dimes were minted during the 1970s, rumors persist of rare experimental strikes, early bicentennial test pieces, and ultra-limited production varieties that make some 1970 dimes unimaginably valuable, even capable of transforming an ordinary person's life in a moment. What truly electrifies collectors is the belief that during this era, special transitional test designs and pre-bicentennial elements were created behind closed doors at the U.S. Mint. Some of these pieces may have accidentally entered circulation, and those rare survivors are now considered treasures worth searching for. The obverse remains strikingly familiar. Roosevelt's calm, determined expression symbolizes his legacy of leadership from 1933 until his death in 1945. Yet, enthusiasts continue to report subtle variations. Differences in metal composition, unexpected die marks, unusual finishes, and strange anomalies that hint at prototypes never meant for public release. These discoveries fuel the belief that among the ordinary, a handful of extraordinary 1970 dimes might hold staggering value. Turning to the reverse, the design becomes even more symbolic and visually powerful. Centered proudly is the torch, the great emblem of liberty, flanked by an olive branch of peace on one side and an oak branch representing victory and strength on the other. Above them appears the enduring motto, Et pluribus unum, a reminder that the United States was built from many people united as one. Surrounding these symbols is the unbroken circle of United States of America and one dime, reinforcing the national identity of the coin. For certain elusive 1970 varieties, collectors say the details appear extra sharp, deeper, or unusually pronounced, suggesting intentional craftsmanship or experimental adjustments made at the mint during a time of transition. What makes these coins especially electrifying is the ongoing belief in the existence of 1970 transitional or bicentennial-related prototypes, pieces that used a modified eagle reverse or early bicentennial imagery before the final 1976 designs were chosen. Stories circulate of early test dies that depicted wings spread wide, standing firmly upon shafts of arrows, framed by wreaths symbolizing unity and national power. Even though these designs were not issued for general circulation, collectors insist that a few trial strikes or pattern coins might have slipped into circulation or left the mint in error. If such a coin were to surface today, its value could be extraordinary, potentially reaching realms usually reserved for museum-grade rarities. In the booming world of rare coin collecting, the 1970 Roosevelt dime stands out because so many of its varieties remain shrouded in mystery. Some 1970 dimes discovered over the years appear to be struck on the wrong metal planchet, display off-center errors, or show double-die details that are crisp enough to command astonishing auction prices. A small number display unusual luster or mirrored surfaces, suggesting that they may have been struck as early prototypes or special presentation pieces. Because documentation from this period is limited, mystery fuels value, and every collector hopes that the next coin pulled from an old jar, drawer, or inherited box might be the one the world has been waiting for. The reason these rare varieties can reach breathtaking prices is simple: extreme rarity combined with extreme demand. Collectors know full well that U.S. bicentennial coins, especially unusual or pre-production strikes, can skyrocket in value. Some rare U.S. coins from this era have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars when confirmed authentic. And because the 1970 Roosevelt dime occupies a strange transitional period, bridging the years before the bicentennial, it holds an especially powerful allure. A confirmed bicentennial-related dime from 1970 would not just be rare. It would be a national-level treasure, a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. This is why people say that owning the right old U.S. dime could change your life. Many collectors have experienced the thrill of discovering that a simple, ordinary-looking coin in their change jar is actually worth a massive fortune. The real treasure is hidden in the details: the slightest die break, the faintest doubling, the smallest off-metal strike. And because most people never look closely at their coins, priceless rarities can remain unnoticed for decades. The 1970 Roosevelt dime is the perfect example of this mystery. Millions handle them, but only a select few contain the secrets that could turn someone into a millionaire overnight. The dramatic part is that any 1970 dime could be holding a surprise. Some collectors claim to have found unusual pieces with traces of altered reverse designs, hints of bicentennial motifs, or unexpected strike patterns. Whether these are early dies being tested, mint errors, or actual prototype pieces remains a topic of intense debate. But what is absolutely clear is that the market is hungry for such discoveries. The moment one of these coins is authenticated, its value explodes. Auction houses compete, collectors battle for ownership, and history is rewritten before our eyes. The fascination continues because these coins embody more than metal. They carry stories, secrets, and a piece of America's evolving identity. The year 1970 sits at a crossroads. The mint was preparing for the bicentennial celebrations, experimenting with new designs, adjusting its equipment, and transitioning between production standards. Anything produced during this time carries the potential for anomalies. As a result, collectors today treat every 1970 dime like a potential hidden jackpot, scanning each detail with magnifying lenses, seeking out traits no one else has noticed. So if you own any dimes from 1970, never underestimate their potential. Don't spend them casually, don't toss them aside, and don't overlook their details. These coins may appear humble, but hidden among them is the possibility of unimaginable wealth, coins capable of rewriting your financial future. Whether it's a rare transitional piece, an experimental strike, or an ultra-rare error, the right 1970 Roosevelt dime could truly be worth a fortune. In the world of rare coins, the line between ordinary and extraordinary is thin, and one small discovery could transform you from a casual collector into a story of numismatic legend. The allure of the 1970 Roosevelt dime also comes from the simple truth that the United States Mint has produced countless unpublished trial runs throughout its history, many of which were never publicly documented, cataloged, or explained. During times of transition, such as the years leading up to the bicentennial, the Mint operated under enormous pressure. New designs were being reviewed, updated machinery was being tested, and different metals were being experimented with for durability and cost efficiency. In this chaotic environment, it is entirely possible that test coins, experimental pieces, or incorrectly mixed planchets escaped into circulation unnoticed. Some of these pieces may today sit quietly in private hands, in forgotten collections, or even inside old piggy banks, waiting for someone with a sharp eye to uncover their true value. This possibility keeps collectors searching relentlessly, because every extraordinary numismatic discovery starts with someone daring to look closer. That what makes the rare 1970 Roosevelt dime so captivating is not just the potential financial reward. It's the thrill of discovery, the chase for hidden history, and the excitement of finding something that the world has overlooked for half a century. Every collector dreams of holding a coin that survived against all odds, a piece that carries traces of the Mint's secretive operations and America's bicentennial story. These extraordinary dimes are more than collectibles. They are miniature time capsules carved in metal, carrying symbols of liberty, unity, peace, and national pride. And because most people never imagined that a simple dime could be worth millions, the 1970 Roosevelt dime remains one of the most thrilling chapters in American coin collecting. Your next big fortune may not come from gold or diamonds. It might be hiding in the smallest coin in your pocket. Next up in the 1990 Roosevelt dime might look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but for collectors and treasure hunters, it has become a symbol of hidden fortune and untold value. This tiny piece of American history carries the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States whose leadership carried the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Etched beside him are the powerful words, "In God We Trust," wrapped by the bold lettering Liberty, forming a design that every American has seen but few have truly examined. Yet within this unassuming coin lies a world of rarity, mystery, and astonishing potential value, an unexpected gateway to unimaginable wealth. On the reverse side, the 1990 D dime continues the legacy of powerful symbolism, capturing the very essence of American strength and resilience. The central imagery features a torch of liberty, burning brightly between an olive branch on one side and an oak branch on the other, an intentional trio representing peace, freedom, and victory. Encircling these symbols is the national motto, "E pluribus unum," a phrase that has defined the United States for centuries. Out of many, one. Surrounding the design, the lettering, United States of America, one dime, 1990, serves as both an identity and a promise, reminding collectors that even the smallest denomination can hold extraordinary secrets. What makes some examples of the 1990 D dime shockingly valuable is not the year itself, but the rare and unpredictable minting anomalies that escaped the Denver Mint unnoticed. These coins, often marked by striking errors, incomplete strikes, dramatic off-center images, double dies, or unexpected planchet compositions, become instant treasures. While millions of 1990 D dimes exist, only the tiniest fraction contain these rare characteristics, transforming them from small pocket change into highly coveted pieces worth thousands, or even more, in the hands of dedicated collectors. Just one of these rare dimes can turn an ordinary day into the discovery of a lifetime. Collectors around the world revere the Roosevelt dime series because of its historical symbolism and long-lasting connection to American values. The 1990 D version, although modern compared to earlier collectible dimes, has become a magnet for numismatists who tirelessly search bank rolls, old coin jars, inherited boxes, and antique marketplaces. Each dime represents a hidden opportunity, one that may have survived decades unnoticed, passed from hand to hand, waiting for the one person capable of recognizing its true worth. In today's market, this thrill of discovery has created massive demand for even the smallest errors or distinctions. The myth of valuable bicentennial coins often leads people to overlook treasures hiding in plain sight, but informed collectors know the truth. Any U.S. coin with the right rarity factors, especially dramatic mint errors, can rival the value of legendary bicentennial pieces. While many believe only older coins hold great value, the 1990 D dime proves the opposite. Some error examples have shocked collectors by selling for extreme amounts, demonstrating that modern coins can compete with the rarest vintage pieces. Coins like these remind us that wealth does not always lie in age, but in exceptional uniqueness. One of the most fascinating aspects of high-value dimes is how unpredictable their rise to fame can be. A single overlooked coin produced in a standard minting year can become a world-famous rarity decades later, all because of a flaw that slipped through quality checks. Some of the most valuable 1990 D dimes show crisp doubling in the inscriptions, a shadowed second strike on Roosevelt's face, or dramatic misalignment across the entire surface. These errors turn the coin into a tiny piece of art, one that captures collectors' imagination and ignites fierce bidding wars among those who understand just how rare such flaws truly are. The emotional appeal of rare dimes goes far beyond their monetary value. Each coin tells a story, where it traveled, how many hands it passed through, the years it survived tucked away in pockets, drawers, or forgotten envelopes. When collectors finally uncover a valuable 1990 D dime, it feels like discovering a lost treasure chest buried in plain sight. This sense of adventure, curiosity, and hope is what drives millions of people to begin coin collecting in the first place. And for some, one single lucky find becomes the beginning of a lifelong passion. The 1990 D dime serves as an important lesson. Never underestimate the power of small things. Valuable coins are not always gold, silver, or ancient relics. Sometimes they are everyday pieces that escape the mint with a subtle but dramatic difference. Many individuals who once believed coins were just pocket change have pieced together fortunes simply by learning what to look for. This is why rare modern coins continue to dominate online discussions, auctions, and collector communities. Everyone dreams of stumbling across a piece worth thousands or even millions. As the market for rare coins grows, the value of any exceptional 1990 D Roosevelt dime continues to rise. Collectors, dealers, and investors constantly search for high-grade and error examples because they understand that rarity combined with demand creates explosive financial potential. A coin that was worth 10 cents in 1990 can now sell for a figure that defies belief, and this meteoric rise shows no signs of slowing down. With every year that passes, surviving error dimes become even more scarce, multiplying their desirability and boosting their price in the collector market. Even the most seasoned collectors admit that the beauty of the 1990 D Roosevelt dime lies not only in its design, but in its unpredictability. The thrill comes from knowing that treasures do not always announce themselves. They hide in silence, waiting for the right person with the right knowledge to reveal their worth. This is why the search has become almost legendary. People sift through coin rolls late at night, examine inherited jars from grandparents, and scan every dime under bright light, hoping to catch even the smallest hint of doubling, distortion, or a misplaced mint mark. And when that rare moment of discovery happens, it becomes unforgettable. The heart races, hands tremble, and a wave of disbelief washes over the finder, because they know they've uncovered something that the average person spent without a second thought. That feeling alone, before knowing the price, before the appraisal, before the sale, is what makes the rare 1990 D dime truly priceless. In the world of rare coins, stories circulate about everyday people who stumbled upon astonishing treasures without ever expecting it. Someone opens a dusty box in the attic, someone else checks a forgotten coin purse, and suddenly a piece of metal worth 10 cents becomes worth thousands of dollars. The 1990 D. Roosevelt dime carries that same potential, that same electric possibility that makes collectors refuse to give up the hunt. And as time moves forward, these rare gems only continue to grow in value, fueled by scarcity, excitement, and the never-ending curiosity that drives numismatics. This simple dime serves as a reminder that fortune can appear in the most ordinary places, and that anyone, at any moment, can hold a small piece of American history capable of changing their future forever. The 1990 D dime stands today as more than a common piece of currency. It represents opportunity. It symbolizes the idea that within the smallest objects, greatness can hide. It proves that fortune can appear where you least expect it, even in the palm of your hand. And for those lucky enough to discover one of these rare and valuable examples, it becomes a reminder that the world of numismatics is filled with wonder, mystery, and endless possibility. So before you spend your dimes, take one last look. You may be holding a treasure worth far more than you ever imagined. Next up in the world of American coin collecting, few topics spark more excitement than the hunt for rare Roosevelt dimes, especially those minted during years when surprising minting defects, unusual production quirks, and unintentional variations occurred. Among these, the 1984 D. Roosevelt dime stands out as a coin wrapped in mystery, misunderstood rarity, and a level of collector fascination that grows year after year. While it is not part of the bicentennial series by definition, some collectors refer to all historically significant U.S. coins as bicentennial treasures, creating a cult-like enthusiasm around unusual finds from the 1980s, including the astonishing discoveries involving rare 1984 D dimes that have shocked the market with unexpected value. The 1984 D. Roosevelt dime carries the iconic portrait of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who remains a symbol of perseverance, leadership, and American endurance. His left-facing profile is accented by the motto, "In God We Trust," a steady reminder of the nation's anchoring principles. Surrounding him is the bold word liberty, signaling the American spirit that has shaped generations. For many collectors, this simple portrait holds profound historical weight, tying modern currency to the legacy of a president who guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Turn the coin over, and the 1984 D dime presents an equally symbolic design. The reverse features a torch, representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for victory. Together, these three icons create a powerful, unmistakable message. America thrives through strength, unity, and resilience. The inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and one dime complete the design, creating a timeless message embedded within every piece. This elegant symbolism is one reason collectors continue to pursue Roosevelt dimes passionately, especially for certain rare minting varieties. While the 1984 D dime is common in general circulation, what makes certain examples shockingly valuable are the extremely rare errors that slipped through the Denver Mint during the minting process. These include misstrikes, double-die errors, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, and high-grade survival coins that somehow escaped decades of wear. A flawless or highly unusual 1984 D dime can transform from a simple 10-cent coin into a numismatic treasure worth hundreds, thousands, or even more depending on its rarity and condition. Collectors often refer to these rare versions as bicentennial-level treasures, not because they were minted in 1976, but because their value and desirability reach the same legendary heights as the true bicentennial rarities. In the world of numismatics, vocabulary often expands as quickly as collector enthusiasm, and so the term has grown to include any U.S. coin with unusually high value, historical relevance, or exceptional rarity. When a rare 1984 D-era dime appears, it instantly becomes the center of attention, sometimes selling for prices that defy expectations. The value of such coins comes from a combination of factors: extreme rarity, demand from high-end collectors, and the thrill of discovering a coin that was never supposed to exist. A dramatic minting mistake on a 1984 D dime, such as a doubled motto, a broad-struck rim, or a completely missing clad layer exposing the copper core, can turn an ordinary dime into a once-in-a-lifetime find. For collectors, the excitement lies in the chase, knowing that a forgotten dime in someone's drawer may secretly be worth more than a luxury car. High-grade 1984 D dimes also command tremendous value. Most dimes minted during this era endured heavy circulation, meaning they suffered scratches, wear, and damage over time. Discovering a pristine, untouched example, especially one graded MS-67 or higher, is exceptionally rare. These coins are sometimes found tucked away in old banks' rolls, inherited collections, or forgotten jars. When they appear on the market, advanced collectors compete fiercely to own them, driving prices dramatically upward. The fascination with these coins is not only financial, but deeply symbolic. Many collectors view rare dimes as miniature history books, objects that have traveled through time, passing through countless hands, surviving decades of economic cycles, and emerging today as survivors of their era. The 1984 D-dime represents a slice of American life during the mid-1980s, a period of economic transformation, technological growth, and renewed national confidence. What makes the story even more thrilling is the possibility that someone, somewhere, may hold one of these valuable 1984 D-dimes without even knowing it. Every day, new discoveries appear. Coins pulled from pocket change, flea markets, garage sales, inherited boxes, or old coffee cans. The idea that a small, overlooked dime could be worth a fortune keeps collectors searching, hoping to uncover a hidden treasure that could change their financial life instantly. If you have old U.S. coins, especially those from the 1980s, never overlook them. A rare 1984 D-dime, whether an unusual mint error or a high-grade survivor, could be worth far more than you ever imagined. These tiny pieces of metal carry enormous stories, monumental symbolism, and the potential to transform an ordinary day into an unforgettable discovery. In the world of numismatics, one small coin can spark big dreams, and the next millionaire-making treasure might be sitting quietly in your own pocket, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its extraordinary value. As the spotlight on rare American coins intensifies, the 1984 D-dime has become a symbol of how ordinary currency can unexpectedly enter the realm of legendary collectibles. What makes this coin particularly captivating is the unpredictability surrounding it. No one can truly anticipate when or where a new era variety will surface. Every discovery adds a new chapter to its story, fueling speculation, discussions, and excitement among seasoned numismatists and newcomers alike. Some collectors spend years analyzing die rotations, rim conditions, lettering anomalies, and unexpected metal imperfections, hoping to be the first to identify a previously undocumented minting flaw. When new varieties emerge, they often spark bidding wars that escalate faster than anyone anticipates, proving that the 1984 D-dime continues to grow in both monetary value and historical intrigue with each passing year. The enduring appeal of the 1984 D-dime lies not just in its potential worth, but also in the emotional connection it creates between people and the past. A rare coin like this becomes more than currency. It becomes a tangible link to American heritage, a witness to decades of life, and a silent storyteller that has traveled through pockets, purses, and generations. For collectors, owning one of these rare pieces feels like holding a fragment of time preserved against all odds. It transforms into a personal treasure, a source of pride, and often a family heirloom worthy of being passed to future generations. Every rare dime carries a whisper of its journey, and the idea that a simple 1984 D-coin could change someone's destiny overnight continues to inspire thousands to search, collect, and dream bigger with every dime they hold. Next up in the 1977 Roosevelt dime begins with an era of transition in American coinage. Yet few collectors realize how surprisingly valuable certain examples of this coin can become. Though millions were struck for everyday use, a tiny number of extraordinary pieces, those with rare errors, exceptional preservation, or unusual striking qualities, have risen to legendary status among collectors. These coins carry the iconic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left with a calm strength that reflects his legacy as the 32nd President of the United States, guiding the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. This familiar portrait, paired with the motto, "In God We Trust," and the bold "Liberty," marks the beginning of a coin that many pass by daily, unaware of its hidden potential. On the reverse, the 1977 Roosevelt dime remains one of the most symbolically rich designs in United States coinage. The central torch stands tall and unwavering, representing the flame of liberty that has burned in the spirit of the nation since its founding. On its left rests the olive branch, a symbol of peace that America continually strives toward, while on the right stands the oak branch, conveying the strength and victory that define the nation's resilience. Above these iconic symbols rests the motto, E pluribus unum, a simple phrase meaning, out of many one, yet carrying centuries of meaning. This combination gives the dime not only monetary worth, but the soul of American history. What elevates the 1977 dime from ordinary to extraordinary is the unexpected rarity found in certain surviving pieces. Some coins were struck under unusual conditions, creating double dies, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, and extremely sharp proof-like surfaces that were never intended for circulation. These anomalies transformed a common 10-cent piece into a treasure capable of commanding astonishing prices in the collecting world. For collectors, these coins are symbols of discovery, proof that history can hide in the smallest and most overlooked corners of daily life. Many collectors associate the word bicentennial strictly with the 1976 coinage, yet modern enthusiasts often use the term more broadly to describe rare American coins from surrounding years that carry historical appeal or unique qualities. As demand for rare U.S. coins skyrockets globally, even non-bicentennial years like 1977 have surged in popularity. The result is a marketplace where a single extraordinary dime can ignite bidding wars, break past previous price records, and catch the attention of collectors who understand that rarity is not defined solely by a coin's date, but by the story it carries. In today's booming numismatic market, certain high-grade 1977 Roosevelt dimes have stunned experts by selling for thousands, and in a few cases, far more than anyone expected. Imagine a small, ordinary dime suddenly becoming worth more than a luxury car, a down payment on a home, or even a small fortune. This is the thrill that drives collectors to hunt for older United States dimes, especially those hiding in old drawers, jars, inherited collections, or forgotten rolls of change. A single rare error coin from 1977 can be so valuable that it transforms an unsuspecting owner into a collector overnight. The fascination with old U.S. coins goes beyond money. It is the thrill of uncovering something extraordinary from the past. Every 1977 era dime is a frozen moment of history created by a split-second mistake in the minting process that could never be replicated again. These coins can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and desirability among elite collectors. Their unexpected presence in circulation fuels the dream that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon a life-changing coin just by examining their spare change. Collectors from around the world consider U.S. dimes one of the most exciting areas of numismatics because the series is rich with hidden treasures. The slender, silvery Roosevelt dime may seem ordinary to the untrained eye, but seasoned collectors know that some of the most valuable coins ever discovered were found in pocket change. The 1977 dime, especially those struck with dramatic errors or preserved in near-perfect condition for nearly half a century, has earned a reputation as one of those silent, surprising sleepers in the coin world, unpredictable, thrilling, and full of potential. The mythology surrounding valuable U.S. coins continues to grow as more people discover how certain rare pieces can sell for unimaginable sums. Some rare American coins have shattered expectations by reaching valuations in the hundreds of thousands or even millions, proving that age is not always the determining factor. Rarity is. And because many people unknowingly spend old coins without checking them, some of the rarest pieces continue to circulate today, waiting for one lucky person to notice them at the right moment. If you own any old United States dimes, especially from the 1970s, it is wise never to assume they are ordinary. That small 10-cent piece could be hiding a minting error, an unusual striking feature, or a level of preservation so exceptional that professionals would grade it as nearly perfect. Coins like these can change a collector's financial future in an instant. Even the 1977 Roosevelt dime, often overlooked, has shocked experts with unexpected auction prices and unusual discoveries that prove its treasure-worthy potential. That the 1977 Roosevelt dime, even more captivating, is how ordinary people continue to make extraordinary discoveries without ever stepping into a coin shop. Time and again, collectors report finding rare error dimes in pocket change, antique tins, inherited boxes, or even inside old family coin jars that have been sitting untouched for decades. These discoveries remind us that treasure hunting is not limited to deep-sea divers or museum experts. Sometimes, all it takes is curiosity and a few minutes of examining the coins already in your home. This simple truth has transformed millions into passionate hobbyists who scan every dime with the hope that destiny might place a life-changing coin directly in their hands. The true beauty of the 1977 dime lies in its ability to connect generations through the shared excitement of discovery. Grandparents pass down their jars of old coins to their children and grandchildren, unknowingly handing them pieces of history that may hold far more value than anyone imagined. Every 1977 dime, whether common or rare, carries the echo of the era it came from, the machines that struck it, the workers who oversaw its creation, and the journey it took through the pockets and palms of Americans for nearly half a century. This blend of mystery, history, and the possibility of enormous value is what gives the Roosevelt dime series its timeless allure. As the numismatic world continues to expand across social media, auctions, and international markets, the demand for unique and high-grade coins grows stronger each year. Collectors today are more informed, more enthusiastic, and more willing to pay premium prices for coins that stand out from the crowd. This rising demand has pushed coins like the rare 1977 Roosevelt dime into a spotlight it never received during its circulation days. The future of coin collecting is brighter than ever, and as new enthusiasts join the hunt daily, the likelihood of a forgotten rare dime skyrocketing in value becomes not just possible, but inevitable. And that is why every 1977 dime you encounter deserves a second look, because the next big discovery could be waiting right in front of you. In the world of valuable American coins, the lesson is simple. Never underestimate the power of the smallest coin in your pocket. The 1977 Roosevelt dime, rich with symbolism, history, and hidden rarity, remains one of the most exciting coins for collectors to search for today. Whether tucked away in an old box, resting at the bottom of a purse, or hiding in a forgotten jar of change, one single dime could carry a value beyond imagination. And that possibility, the chance that a tiny piece of American history could change someone's life forever, is what makes the hunt so thrilling.